When you wake up in the morning, are you excited to get out of bed and start your day? Are you motivated to start doing whatever it is that's laid out in front of you? Or is there a sort of dreadful feeling? Is it kind of like, oh fuck, here we go again? If that's the case, overall in your life, I'm willing to bet you're not happy. You're not satisfied with where you're at. You went to school for so many years, and not one class was about how to be happy. That's okay, because that's what this video is going to be about. The secret to living a happy life, that's not so secret, you've probably heard it 1,000 times, and it's kind of obvious, is living passionately. You have to work towards something that you actually give a fuck about. I want you to take a second right now, take a step back, and ask, what the fuck am I doing in my life? What am I working towards? Do you actually care about it beyond just getting a check? Maybe you're in school to get a degree in something that you don't really care about, but it pays well. Maybe you're working a job that you don't really care about, but it puts food on the table. If that's the case, why are you doing that? You're doing that to survive, right? You're doing that to live, to make a living. What's the point of just making a living if you're dead inside? You will not live a happy life if you approach this issue of financial security as just, I gotta make a living. You have to be passionate about the way in which you're doing so. We can't overlook this. It's so important. So, how do we live a passionate life? We have to ask, how do I want to serve the world? Maybe you fucking love music. You're so passionate about it and you want to serve the world through sharing your music with others. Because when you play, you can see that, it lifts people up around you. Maybe you want to be a stay-at-home mom. Maybe you're really passionate about your family values and raising a family, and you're genuinely wanting to do that authentically from your heart. You want to be a stay-at-home mom or a stay-at-home dad. You just want to raise a family, or you want to work with kids. Right? So you want to be a teacher. Maybe there's a lot of issues in the world that keep you up at night. Maybe it's homelessness. So you want to work towards solving that issue. In all of these cases, you're working towards something that's greater than yourself, right? Raising children, helping their educating children, fixing the gap between the highest classes and the lowest classes, right? Fixing the homelessness issue that we have. What was the other example I said? Music. That you're working towards something greater than yourself. You're working towards uniting people through your talent. In any of those cases, if you're not truly passionate about them, then you won't be happy. A lot of people love sports, right? They're passionate about sports. There's one athlete that I have in mind right now. He's a tennis player. His name is Nick Kyrgios. He doesn't actually like tennis. He's just really good at it. And he openly says this. He openly says, this is just a job for me. And he's not a happy guy. You can see it. You can feel it off of him. He's fucking miserable. He's a professional athlete. He deals with all the media and everything. And usually the trade-off there is that you're doing something that you love. He doesn't even love it. So he's a miserable guy, right? It doesn't matter what you're doing. If you are not passionate about it, you cannot be satisfied. You won't be happy. So the reason that people usually don't, even though they know that they have to live passionately, the reason that people don't follow their passion is for financial security, like we just said, right? And again, what's the point of making a living if you're dead inside? I want that to resonate with you. I hope that hits home. Because when I thought about that, that really restructured the way that I thought about work. So many people are dead inside. So what's the point of making a living? The other issue is that they lack the tools needed to go ahead and be self-supportive. Because so many people around you are indoctrinating you with this idea of like financial security, and you got to go to school and you got to get a job that pays well. You have to be able to have the emotional intelligence and the emotional maturity to discern through which opinions are grounded in fear, such as the common opinion of you got to go get a good paying job no matter what it is. That's grounded in fear, right? Fear of not having security. And which ones are grounded in actual good advice? Which ones are grounded in deeper understanding towards what it is to live and be happy? The advice that I'm giving you here right now is grounded in what it is to live and be happy. So you have to be able to sift through that. You also have to be able to answer to yourself with impunity. Right? If you're just following the beaten path, you're kind of answering to the conditioning that's been laid on you. Once you're able to make the discernments and decide what's best for yourself, you have to be able to keep answering back to that. Stay aligned with it. And then depending on what it is, you got to be able to go out there and build an understanding and start to learn how it is you're going to make money in this field that you're passionate about. So a lot of the times that takes a lot of emotional labor, because in a lot of times when you're living passionately, you might be self-employed. You might not be. You might see somebody else working towards a cause that you're really passionate about and want to go join their cause and work for them. In which case you're still getting a check, right, from an employer, but it doesn't matter because you're going to be happy about it. So that's not like a be-all and end-all criteria, right? You don't have to like have your own business or anything, but in a lot of the times, in a lot of the cases, when you're living passionately, you're probably going to be your own boss. You're probably going to have to answer to yourself, and you have to understand like the market that you want to work in. So you really have to do your research. You have to start understanding the issues that you might want to solve. To create solutions, you have to understand the problem, right? So you got to pull up your bootstraps and work hard and answer to yourself. Working hard at work to meet a deadline is actually a little bit easier because you're not answering to anybody. Sorry, you're not answering to yourself. You're answering to someone else. Somebody else is holding you accountable. To live a passionate life, you have to develop the ability to hold yourself accountable. So to hold yourself accountable and be able to do all the hard work, there's so many things that you're going to have to build in yourself. You're going to have to build the emotional capacity. You're going to have to build a comprehensive understanding of, some topics. You're going to have to get to know yourself. So a lot of like self-help is going to have to be done here. I have a lot of other videos on that too. There's a bunch of free resources on the internet, right? Just a fucking Google search, and you're going to be able to find some pretty good resources on what it is that you want to know. Even if it's just like what it is about yourself that you want to find out. Why is it that I have this tendency to do this? This video is about why you have a tendency to be shy from the passionate life. Because it's difficult, right? But in order to be happy, you have no choice. To be happy, you have to live passionately. That sums up this video, guys. If you enjoyed it, please give it a like. Give me some feedback in the comments. That'll really help like the algorithm and give me some more exposure. Maybe share it on your story if you want to I'd really appreciate that. If you appreciate my content, that would mean a lot for me. Yeah, let me know what you guys thought. I also offer one-on-one coaching if you need some guidance to be able to sift through this process of creating a different life for yourself, right? There's a lot of underlying issues and obstacles that are getting in your way that you don't really know what they are. I offer coaching to hold your hand and walk you through that process. So yeah, you can DM me about that. Please like, share, comment, all that fun stuff. Hope you enjoyed the video, guys. Thanks for investing in yourself and taking the time to watch it. Sit with the information that I just provided for you. Sit with the content and really digest it, understand it, okay? Don't just dismiss it like you do with the cliche that you might hear in passing of you got to live passionately. To be happy, you have to live a passionate life. Take care, guys. Have a good day.